Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dicing with Death. You hurl a fireball, but I think, you know, fireball's got a casting time, and she sees you begin to chant your words, so why don't we roll initiative? And I guess you did declare it first, so I'll give her a penalty to her initiative, if that sounds fair.
Maybe a surprise check to see if...
I don't know, you're chatting, you guys tried to kill each other 2 days ago. I don't think she's going to be surprised when Devon tries to throw a fireball.
Surprised by the fact that a fireball's hurling right at her, and... you're a jerk. Next time I'll pull a Tomb of Scoria and make sure to min-max it so that I get the free round.
I'm rolling the surprise check, all right? I'll even roll it in roll 20. I feel like there's not a lot of trust right now. There we go. Look at that. Okay. No surprise.
So we're rolling initiative.
Yeah, and I will give her a penalty to her initiative because
it doesn't matter. There's probably no chance that
Yeah.
Oh gosh, there is a chance. I roll a 10.
So she rolls at normally at +9. We'll give it at a +10 here because she is working a little slow. Ooh!
Are you kidding me? The dice are rigged.
Rigged dice. Okay. You begin chanting words to a spell. She picks up a rock and throws it at you. Now, do you have your spirit armor cast?
It's on the giant.
It's on the giant. So it's just against your normal AC. Yes? Just a regular attack roll then?
Where the fuck did this rock come from? Hold the phone. You described no rock. I mean, I guess she can go back into the cave and get it? I mean,
when she hears Devon, I guess I didn't describe anything of her other than she steps outside of the cave, but when she hears Devon shouting, she's going to step out with a rock. You know? Sort of a defensive weapon of choice. So here we go. A 3 plus 13 minus 2 is a 3 plus 11 is a 14.
I assume I can still dodge while casting a spell. Why is let's see.
I think you get magic but not dex when spell casting.
Seriously?
I think so.
Just kill me. I'll re-roll a character. I don't think that's true. I probably shouldn't even have brought it up. Why is armor spell 4? Wait, why?
Don't you have to stay still while you cast?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I was wondering. I don't ever recall seeing anything that's like spellcasting reduces your AC, but maybe now's not the time to even look at it. I think I should get my full AC.
Casting a spell. Once the casting has begun, the character must stand still. Casting cannot be accomplished while riding roughly moving beasts or vehicle, unless special efforts are made to stabilize and protect the character. Thus, the spell cannot be cast from the back of a galloping horse or the deck of a ship during a storm. During a round which a spell is cast, the caster cannot move to dodge attacks. Therefore, no AC benefit from dexterity is gained by spellcasters while casting spells. Page 111 of the player's handbook. Furthermore, if the spellcaster is struck by a weapon or fails to make a saving throw before the spell is cast, the concentration is disrupted. Spell is lost in a fizzle of useless energy. It is wiped clean from the memory of the caster until it can be rememorized. Spellcasters are well advised not to stand in the front of any battle, at least if they want to be able to cast spells. So with all your magic,
so I guess it hits even on a 3. So I guess no dex AC. That's only reduces it by 1, I guess. But I don't get my martial arts, probably. I've just got probably just AC 14 with armor spell and a scare AC 15.
So you got base 10, 2 from armor.
No.
No.
4 from armor spell and 1 from. I have 15 AC standing still.
Okay.
What's the 6? Yeah, there's no dex. There's no.
But if you have 15 AC, then a 14 misses you,
Okay.
right?
Barely. Yeah. What's the -2 for?
Because Cyclops have just
Oh,
one
one
eye.
eye.
They've got
Or
bad
depth
depth
perception.
perception. Yeah.
Whew. Okay. Why do I have it's armor spell plus? Maybe it's even higher. Maybe I miss armor spell. No, +4. I don't know what's going on with the sheet.
Oh, is it 4 from the armor spell plus 1 from like a brooch of protection or something?
A scarab of protection, yeah.
Scarab of protection, yeah.
Yeah.
And then 2
it's
from
15.
your martial arts and 1
right,
from your
so
dex. Okay.
It should have hit me, but it like glances off of the magical protection.
It's like a clipping attack that was about to smash into your forehead and shoulder and just like
glances off to the
brushes the
side,
hair.
crashes next to me, and I hurl my own fireball.
all right, your fireball streaks across the sky, smashing into the giant, who makes a saving throw, rolls an 11, and I look up the saving throw for a
Probably
giant.
still a pass.
Dice. A lot, and she will pass her save, taking half damage.
8 points of damage.
The flames burst around her as she chortles, her hair
what is-
singeing.
What is this useless giant doing?
Well, I'm just going to give him a series of morale checks until he passes, and then he will engage in battle. But until then, he's a little afraid. 11. He was a hill giant's child, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the morale of a hill giant, then minus like 2 because he's young. 13 to 14, minus 2 is 11
Forgot.
to 12. We rolled an 11, I think, on this round. The young man goes in. He's got a club, and he will scramble down the hill and head towards the Cyclops. You're encouraging this action, right?
Yeah, I mean, she's unarmed. She just got blown up in the face.
Yep. Okay, so the young giant fights like an ogre. He's a little guy. He will come on up, take his club that he has, and swing it for a natural 20. Modified 3 and 2, modified 25 against the Cyclops's 18 AC. Oof. So that's still a crit. So he'll do 2d10 plus 6. Yep. 2d10 plus 6. Why don't you roll it since he's on your team? That
Sure.
seems more fun.
17 points of damage.
Oh, yes. The club bashes into the Cyclops' knee, knocking it to the side. She drops to the ground on one leg, screaming in pain that this little creature has done this thing.
Oops, I don't know how
And,
that happened, but that is not
She's
what I'm
going to
casting.
try and kill him.
All right, we roll initiative.
Yeah, we need a new
God.
token for a little giant.
Two 10s in a row on initiative.
Bad luck. And this guy will roll at plus 6 because he's large. And he will have 4d8 plus 1 HP. You want to roll it?
He's not getting hit yet, but sure.
Well, he's going to be the target of an attack this round.
No, he's not. Well, we'll see.
18 at
18
HP. HP.
I shout, strike and get back.
Okay.
She's unarmed, so he can hit her and back up without provoking OAs.
That's true. But he already came in and made a blow. It was a mighty blow. He seems pretty pleased with it. He's gonna stay and fight.
He just said they were on my side.
The giant?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on your side.
I don't issue commands in combat. I guess we'll see. Does he make... So, do you want to roll the attack roll? Or?
You can issue commands, but he's an adolescent giant who has got a taste... Like, his first attack in battle was a critical hit that crippled his enemy. He's got that confidence born of youth. So why don't you make me an attack roll, d20 plus 5.
Only at plus 5? Still a hit. Nice job, giant.
Wow, d10 plus 6 for the damage. Cracks into the Cyclops again.
Devon casts a Shadow Snap. She will need a saving throw versus spell. As a dagger streaks from this, from the horizon, from the setting sun.
A 6 is below her saving throw of an 8, and she is stuck in place right near the edge of her cliff with a...
She's stuck. Get back.
Dagger in the wall.
You didn't describe her weapons, but I assume she doesn't have like a club strapped on her back or hanging from her waist.
This is correct. She stepped out with a rock in one hand, and that's about it.
And so she can't exactly turn around to get the get her club. She may be reduced to unarmed attacks.
She is going to have to make an unarmed attack against this giant, which will provoke an attack of opportunity at +4 to hit.
And damage.
Go for it.
No, he misses.
All right. He misses. She reaches out to grab the guy.
And makes a saving throw.
Makes a saving throw.
He has spirit armor.
Oh, he's got spirit armor. She rolls an 18, passes her save, goes to grab him. 15 on the die will easily grab hold of the giant, and then she's just gonna slam him into the wall, sort of awkwardly, I guess, because she can't. Well, she can move her upper torso, but
she can give him a
pivot
smack.
above the waist. Stop closing the Cyclops page. Here we go.
Excuse me.
Oh, she's probably gonna do this much damage on...
Shouldn't it just be her strength bonus?
Her strength bonus to damage as like a...
Yeah, don't unarmed attacks usually deal 1 or maybe 1d2? You could try scaling by size, but I thought you only got your size if you were like a martial artist. Right, there are like large soft objects or something like that that might do like d4, but I thought it was like...
Okay, we could consider this a huge soft object, so maybe d6 plus...
Right, I thought a punch
bonus.
just straight up did 1 damage or 1d2 damage or something.
It does between 1 and 2.
Or do they not have like a default unarmed attack damage?
No, Cyclops only have just 1 damage.
Oh, they don't
rating,
even
which
get
is
a
6 to 36. I was gonna do half of that for a melee attack, rather because it's not like a weapon or a thrown rock.
Sorry, I need to take a call.
Go for it. This is perfect. This gives me time to figure this out. How much strength does a Cyclops have? They hurl boulders for 4d10. Their melee attack, which I'm assuming is a weapon, would be 66, which is way better than their melee attack. But I think a melee attack with the weapon is going to do more damage than like trying to just shove someone into a wall. So I'm thinking half of its regular attack damage, which should be 3d6. That seems about fair. Actually, is probably not. I think I'd be better off just using the damage adjust chart, because the Cyclops probably has 21 or 22 strength, which is +9 or +10 to damage. So you're doing at least, at least 10. I think it would make sense if like a small soft object does D4, then a large soft should do D6 at least, and a huge soft should do D8 at least. So D8 plus 10 is going to be 14.5 damage, but 3d6 is going to be 10.5 damage. So I think it's actually in everyone's favor just to cut this damage in half. I'm going to take a look at the combat and tactics. See what that small, medium, soft, hard thingy does. So many books. I don't know what it is. I love having a million books to consult and look through. I don't know why, but it's wonderful.
Are we still live?
We are still live.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you figured out how much damage the Cyclops does?
I'm just looking up that small, medium, large, hot, soft, hard thing. Do you know where in the combat and tactics it is?
I think it's under martial, maybe improvised weapons or like brawling or whatever it is. I think the standard is to just do like 1 plus strength bonus or something. Oh, here, let's see. Special pummeling maneuvers, kicking, barefoot to D3, blah, blah, blah. Page 84 of Combat and Tactics. It's pummeling. Large soft is D4. Small soft is, which is bare hands, is D2.
Okay, but she would be huge soft, so that'd be D6.
There's no huge soft. Large
I know,
soft
but if we're gonna scale it, I would say huge soft would then be D6.
It's up to you. Like, you can custom stat block your monster. But rules as written, Cyclops don't have an unnatural attack. So, like, you can make a custom Cyclops with a buffed unarmed attack.
Rules as written, they have an attack that does 6 to 36.
A large soft object, the examples they give are a saddle or an unconscious character. I don't think a Cyclops' hand is larger than an unconscious human.
Okay.
Right, that's like if a giant picks up your friend and hits you with it, it does D4 damage.
Sure. I think we're going to average about the same, so it's going to be D4 plus 9 damage, which is basically going to be the same as 3d6, but, with a lower variance. So it's a hit. D6 plus, what was it? Right? Large.
D4.
No, D4.
D4 plus strength.
D4 plus 10. She will bash your buddy for 14 points of damage just into the wall.
Wait, plus 10? What the hell kind of Cyclops is this?
Cyclops
is that even
with 22 strength? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So she will crack him into the wall for 14 damage, and the giant will know pain and understand that it's not all peaches and cream. And we will roll initiative. Let's see. He will definitely fail his morale check this time, and will probably want to retreat, especially with your urging to run away. So
I don't even put this on me. You've taken control. I issued commands and he ignored them. So you're interpreting them at your will.
Perfect. Love it. And she will roll 9. Oof.
Oops, that's not
Bad for her.
11. Who rolled the 1?
She did.
Is it?
No, he did. He rolled the 1. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And then it was the wrong initiative. So at 7, he will go wriggle free. She like slams him into the wall, so I guess it has to make like a strength check or something to break out.
Yeah, there is something about opposed strength checks and tumbling, but
yeah, he can easily break free as she like smashes into the wall and lets him go. He stumbles backwards and backpedals, getting a good distance from the giant, who cannot move her legs to chase after him. Leaving us with Devon's
he doesn't even
turn.
make an attack.
No, he's just getting the fuck out of here.
Okay, well, take your useless NPC and let's resume battle.
Your turn.
I hit her with another fireball, which I don't even think gets a saving throw on.
Okay. She fails it anyway, because I rolled it anyway, but yep.
Okay.
And the flames erupt around her, licking her skin for
13 damage.
Whoops. 13 damage. Her turn comes around, trying to shake off the pain. She is going to... she's going to try and break off a chunk of the nearby hillside. That's not necessarily an easy thing to do, though, to break off a large rock from a mountain. I think it's going to require a pretty good strength check. Let's see, probably like a DC 26 strength check to break a section off of a mountain. So we'll give her a 1d20 plus... 28, yes. So her action, her full action this round, will be to break off a chunk of mountain, and she gets it off. And we'll hurl it next round.
How far in front of her door is she?
Just far enough that she can throw a rock. So maybe 10 feet, maybe 15 feet at the most. You know? Like, she's probably got a bit of a spread stance, and her foot is 10 feet, but her torso is 15 feet.
Yeah.
And here is her initiative. And the young giant will watch. Maybe he'll hurl a rock. He'll find a rock of his own.
Pick up the rock that she had and throw it back at her. So Devon will run forward, juking 10 feet to the right of the Cyclops, 10 feet behind her, and then striking her from behind with a spear. I think, yeah. Fireball, I was at most 60 yards in front of her. Probably less. I can easily close that in a round of jogging.
Especially when you know that she's not coming towards you. You can easily make it to her. She twists and turns and tries to keep an eye on you, but you're still going to get that back attack because her legs are awkwardly positioned.
Yeah, I don't think any of her AC is from back attack. So there's a +2, that's a 16. I don't know if any of her AC is from Dex.
It's 18 AC. I don't think any of it's from Dex. It's probably just thick skin and immunity to pain sort of stuff. She howls as your stick just like scrapes against her. But now that you're behind her, how the hell is she going to throw a rock at you? You know, this is a unfortunate position.
There is a free fist, which does hit.
It does.
Yeah, measly 2 points of damage, but hey.
-2. What? Oh, no, it's not her turn yet. The young giant goes. He picks up a boulder, hurls it at her. You should actually roll this die. Yeah, same thing, D20 +5.
22 is a hit.
That's a beautiful hit. Ogres don't normally throw rocks. I think it's probably going to be like a D8 +6.
Yeah, that's pretty generous, actually.
Yeah, it's a large rock, bigger than you might pick up.
Large hard is usually D6.
All right, let's do D6 plus 6 then.
Well, that's a sack of coins. How is a sack of coins larger than... Whatever. I guess it's a big sack of coins. Okay, so D6 plus 6.
Yep.
Wow. 7 points of damage.
Right. The Cyclops is pretty weak. And the Cyclops will go. The giant is sort of a threat. Devon is the bigger threat, but she can't really drop a rock on you.
I don't even think she can turn around and hit me, can she? If her legs are stuck, can you turn around and hit something behind you?
Maybe with penalties. What is she gonna do? I guess she's gonna throw
whatever
a rock
it is.
at
I'll probably.
ogre.
Okay, I was gonna say I deflect or a glancing blow, but
Yeah,
doesn't
she's gonna
matter.
throw a
She's
rock
throwing
at the ogre. She rolls a
saving
saving throw
versus spell. Yeah,
rolls a 7, throws a
That's a
rock at
fail.
the spirits. It is a fail. Natural 17 plus 1,000,000 will hit the spirits, and she does a shit ton of damage on a rock hit. 1, 2, 3. Oh god. The spirits do not have this much HP. 20,
13 HP or
27, 30 damage to the spirits.
Jesus.
Completely breaking the spirit shield.
Making missile attacks doesn't provoke OAs, does it?
Maybe for
Aren't there
like
penalties?
archery, but she is so tall that I don't think it's going to matter, right? Like she's not exposing any weaknesses to you by hurling a rock when her legs are already stuck. Her arms are already not really in combat for you.
Okay.
Now she will cast spell. Oh god, cleric spells have such slow casting times. Oh, it's not going well for her. Okay, Devon, you go first. Can you interrupt her spell?
17 plus 2 will do it.
Will do it.
5 damage with an ultra spear.
And have we been doing
Interrupts her spell.
concentration checks? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think we've been doing
rules written.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Her spell is interrupted. She wails in pain and takes this round to say, "I surrender."
Let vengeance be served. Natural 1. Surrender. I don't even know how to. I'll keep thwacking her with the staff.
Another hit.
At the end of the round, it's another 4 points of
More
damage.
and make your attack for your giant who's throwing rocks.
Is he throwing? I'll let him determine how he takes the.
Oh, he's not.
surrender.
No, he's not taking any surrender. He's going to murder her. She killed his family. She's a psychotic, murdering giantess. It's another hit.
8 more points of damage.
Brings her to literally 1 HP. And I guess she will roll initiative because no one's surrendering or accepting her surrender. So she's gonna throw a rock at the giant, the one in her hands.
Where did she get a rock?
She pulled it off the cliff and then didn't throw
doesn't
it.
take a round to remove it.
Yeah, but she never threw it, right?
Yeah, she did. She destroyed the spirit armor. Yeah, so she's gonna have to take a round to remove another.
Yeah, I guess instead she's just gonna try and punch Devon.
What's the penalty for attacking something
at your feet that's really small while you're twisting around and trying to look behind you? Quite large, and it'll provoke an attack of opportunity with your weapon at +4 to hit.
I mean, she probably won't even make it. Let's see. Yeah, I knock her unconscious actually before her initiative comes around.
The act of desperation is not going to succeed. The giant, the Cyclops, falls. Dust begins to settle to the ground. Giant is tipped over, but the legs are still upright because of the shadow snap.
Was she wearing armor? She had like hide armor or something, didn't she?
Yeah, she's got some animal hides wrapped around
her. Or the hides
her.
were just for flavor text.
I think her AC is the same regardless of the armor, but...
Let Balthara be appeased. I turn around to enter the cave.
It is a tall and narrow crevice that runs up the side of the wall. You can walk through with ease and into her lair deeper within, which is marked with long streaks of black soot and some sort of red pigment, possibly earth from the high iron content hills, possibly animal blood dried. But you see a series of crosses with V's over them, marking a domain of Velthara, goddess of vengeance.
Didn't we hear animals screaming?
You did. And you can see a fire burning deeper within the cave, and you can hear a pen of animals squealing.
I search the cave. I leave the giant to, I don't know, relish over the death of this kinslayer, and I will search the cave.
Yes. The cave contains many goats and sheep that have been collected here. It'll contain a large bed built into the side of the mountain. Looks like this area inside the cave is all limestone, and she's cleared out like a large bed and piled on brush to make it soft on which to sleep. There's a big fire pit stacked with dry materials and some lumber and mostly grasses and cow pies nearby drying, make a good fuel. What else would you find in here? Skins that she would use for clothes, giant-sized bags, one with a couple of rocks in it, one with a crushed sheep in between some rocks that just, got stuck and she didn't bother to pull out.
Any valuables? Treasure hoard? I will remind you that the last giant lair that I searched had 0 treasure. So if any of the giants in this land had treasure, she probably has hoarded it. It seems like the only changes you're making to monster stat blocks is to omit the treasure from them. But I guess that's better than giving them crazy unarmed attacks.
Let's see what sort of treasure the giant lair contains. That. None of that. None of that. That. Ooh, one of those. Actually, D3 of those. 3 of those. Okay, so you will find 3 art objects.
Perhaps relics of Velthara. Maybe these are just, so maybe the holy symbol the giant had. You described her as having an interesting getup. Maybe it was just she was twisted.
Gotta roll my dice. It's taking me a moment to sort it all out.
Oh, she had a giant Bardish.
Ah, yes. There we go.
Where did that Bardish come from? Maybe we'll consider that an art.
Bardish is one of the 3 valuable objects you will find on her. The 3 objects are the Bardish, the altar that she has tucked away at the back of the cave, and the amulet she wears around her neck. The Giant's Bardish is massive, made from large amounts of steel, but also it is inlaid with some sort of black gemstones across the maybe like 4 inches in from the edge of the blade. There's a series of gemstones that go through the entire blade all the way around it. This Bardish could be melted down for the iron in it, steel in it, and then the stones pulled out, or I guess you could keep it as one massive weapon,
or
hold into love.
Let Kronos wield it. What size is it? Would you say it is is it size large or size? Actually, a standard Bardish is probably size large.
No, this is a Bardish sized for a 20-foot tall giant, so it is.
I mean, how
massive. When your boy reaches full height, he'll be about 18 feet, so he can use it when he's grown up. But until he's grown, it'll be too awkward for him.
Are there penalties for wielding weapons too large for you, or can you just not?
I think generally, if it's too unwieldy, you can't do it. Like if you try and use a 2-handed sword in one hand, it just doesn't. Like you're so ineffective with it, you don't even get to make attack rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll have to wait for him to be older.
Would you say that this Bardish is legendary?
Not yet.
I'm wondering if I could legend lore to figure out where the hell it came from. Like if I go up and I touch it.
Well, you have free legend lore, so you can try it at no cost.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. I'm wondering if using my crown and touching it, if I get a vision of its forging, or of the gems being inlaid.
The Bardish itself has no lore or history around it. It is an unknown item. You are probably the first human to set eyes upon it. The gemstones laying within, however, are what do we call them? They are chips off of a larger stone, a larger symbol of Velthara that has been like crushed and broken, and these large black gemstones are part of this larger symbol that she has once had. You know, like are blessed of Velthara or holy of Velthara, not necessarily in a conferring bonuses way, but they are, you know, representative gemstones with deep religious and symbolic meaning.
Mm-hmm. And of the altar and the holy symbol?
The altar contains a large dish made out of a similar, out of the same sort of broken gemstone. It's about, what is this, 2.5 feet across, made of one flat stone with a dip in the middle, and then it comes down onto the bottom as well, so it's sort of like a saucer shape, we would call it. And set in this are little bands of, what do you call it? If you were to make like a pigment out of iron and heat it in a kiln, a glazing of like red iron dirt in concentric circles leading all the way down to the very center of the dish.
Is this like set into the altar, or is it just sitting there, sitting on like a...
This is the altar. The saucer with the inlaid is the altar itself.
So it doesn't strike me as particularly sacrilegious to take it from this place. It's not like it's built like, it's not like this. I guess I don't have a religion, but it's not like this cave feels like a holy place, feels like a temple. It's more like this saucer is.
Yeah,
I guess I'm speculating.
Like this could become a holy place if someone wanted to sanctify it and keep it around for a little while. It's definitely her holy place and home. But, you know, if you sack it, then it's not a holy place anymore.
Yeah. And her holy symbol is the... Is there anything remarkable about it, or is it just a standard 25 GP holy symbol?
No. This holy symbol is probably the most valuable thing here at all. What would I describe? So the holy symbol of Velthara is like a black T with a red V overlaid on top of it. Am I running out of creative juices here?
Art objects are the worst, aren't they?
They're so hard to figure out. Why is this giant holy symbol so expensive? It's yes. You will, as you take a closer look at this, you realize that the black T is a cross made out of some sort of transmuted giant bones themselves. You can see that it's two humeruses that cross. Not like full-size giant humeruses, but this must be like ogre-sized humeruses, so probably the bones of another young giant slain that have then been transmuted into this blackened substance. You can still see the shape of the bone, and you expect if you were to crack it open, it would have all of the intricacies of like air pockets within it. Doesn't matter. And attaching the red V that clutches to it would be bones of a different giant, or maybe the same giant, also transmuted into a red crystalline substance. But these items must be truly unique in the world. Bones turned to stone or turned to crystal, whose colors have been shifted and torn. This is clearly some sort of offering to Velthara that she has blessed. This is a unique, priceless object that might have greater depth to it, greater use to it. And it is attached by a simple cord around her neck on the corners.
Well, Cronus, these artifacts can be yours for the taking if you would like to take up Velthara's mantle.
He will go for the Bardish, drag it out, attempt to swing it around, but really have to like hurricane it around him to get it off the ground. And we'll play with that for a little while you inspect the cave.
I will suggest, I think, to remove that necklace. It may be easier if the head were out of the way. And
he gets your drift.
Behead the Cyclops with the Bardish. That's kind of why I was wondering what the penalties are for using a larger weapon than you are mechanically enabled to, but
well, it takes a few thwacks, right? It's a process. But eventually he removes the head from the shoulders, and you can get to the massive holy symbol about yay big.
I will leave Kronos to take it, if you will.
Yeah. When he picks it up, it reduces in size. It to about Kronos-sized. And he will notice that it shrinks and stand aghast, even dropping it to the ground and backpedaling. Say, "What? Devon, it changed."
Velthara calls for you. It is not for me to decide your reply.
What does that mean?
No, I think I will continue investigating the cave and leave him to puzzle this out. Maybe we should determine his willpower to see if he's suited to become a cleric himself, or if I don't know. Or even his response to all of this. His ability to resist.
He will
to succumb to the vengeance.
the amulet, which rests comfortably around his neck. And then he'll make some like low moaning noises to himself, sort of like a as if you've just had like a really delicious meal and you're enjoying it afterwards. Rubs this spot underneath his chest where the amulet hangs.
He's gonna turn into a freaky vengeance mutant like that, like the last Cyclops, huh? I'm gonna have to slay him next too.
I mean, how do you want to raise this child? Up to you, isn't it? Who he becomes? You're responsible for another life now, Daddy Devon.
How old is this Cyclops? Did we establish that? I mean, it's a little confusing because he's so enormous.
Right, he's probably like 9 or 10 in human years, but he's like, 10 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe actually closer to 15 years old.
Yeah. Giants,
there's not a lot to mature upstairs, so they mature relatively quickly.
I guess I look up in this cave, up through the hole in the ceiling, and sort of inspect it. Try to feel out the space. Does it seem like a holy place worthy of preserving, or shall we just sack it and take the loot back?
Well, it gives you the heebie-jeebies. Like, the wind blows through this cave in a uncomfortable sort of way that makes it feel like it's not really protecting it very much. The bleeding of the terrified animals keeps you on edge. There are remnants of her former conquests sort of scattered about, little bits of broken bone here or there. I wouldn't call this a particularly comfortable place. Maybe if you're interested in some dark-dealing sorcerers or some unholy magics or some serious vengeance stuff, this would be a holy place for you, but oof.
All right, I will go over to the animals and calm them.
You can do so.
I think we'll probably rest here for the night.
Yeah. You guys can rest. Why don't we rest while you rest, and when we come back, we'll sort out what you do. See you guys on the other side of the break. Bye-bye.